I snuck into my local Christmas parade dressed as Buddy the Elf. And while this may seem like a simple plan, sneaking past event coordinators, hundreds of police officers, and literally thousands of onlookers is no easy task.
Are they talking about me? I can't tell.
But the real question is, why did I do this? How long will it take me to either get kicked out or arrested? And who the heck got run over by a Christmas float?
Apparently somebody got run over.
Hello and welcome. I am really excited about this idea if you can't see it on my face. Actually, you're probably looking at my face thinking, wow, Jared, you look rough. I've had the flu for the last week, so cut me some slack. Here's the idea. I want to dress up like Buddy the Elf and create my own homemade float and then sneak into the parade this Saturday. For reference, today is Sunday, which means I have 6 days to make this happen. It's also important to note that I am leaving town in a couple hours and I won't be back until Tuesday. But none of that matters because it's Christmas. It's a season for miracles. So dressing like Buddy the Elf is the easy part. The part I'm most concerned about is the float, but I've got an idea. I want to take the... Hang on. I want to take the boosted board and dress it up like a giant sheet of ice. Remember at the beginning of the movie when Buddy the Elf rides the ice from the North Pole all the way to New York?
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, buddy.
That's the basic concept, but as it stands, I have basically zero idea how I'm going to do that. I also don't even know if this thing still works. I had a pretty gnarly crash on it like a year ago, and it's just been hanging on the wall ever since. I haven't touched it. Tell you what, that's a good place to start. Let's go ride the boosted board for a second. Very slow mode. It's in turtle mode. Okay. I think. Oh my god, yeah. Starting to remember why I stopped riding this thing. That didn't feel safe at all. Well, that was a very successful test. Because at least now we know the boosted board still works. Next up, I need to actually make it look like a sheet of ice. Two problems. Number one, I'm leaving town in like 2 hours, and I won't be back for 2 days. So that really eats into the R&D time, research and development. Number two, I'm one person, which means I probably need help. I'm gonna see if I can't recruit some little helpers. So at this point in our story, enthusiasm is still at an all-time high. But don't you worry, because just like with all of my videos, a reality check is just around the river bend. I spent the next couple days goofing off and eating Thanksgiving food at my parents' house, so as you can imagine, they were fairly unproductive days. Although hindsight's 2020, I probably should have done a little research during that time. I did, however, order the buddy costume and a couple other things I'm gonna need to make this work. But as you can imagine, I was very eager to get back to work bright and early Wednesday morning. I don't know where the foam that I'm looking for is even at, much less if it's even gonna fit in my car. The plan's honestly pretty simple. I'm gonna use plywood to create a deck, and then I'm gonna put insulating foam on top of that and shape the foam to look like ice. However, right now I'm discovering two problems. Number one, I don't know how I'm going to attach the plywood to the skateboard. Number two, I don't know how I'm going to fit these supplies in my car. Empty-handed. There are a multitude of problems that I'm running into right now. Some of them being, I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to attach the ice to the skateboard. I'm not entirely sure if it's going to be durable enough for me to even ride on it. I don't know how I'm going to get the skateboard from my studio to the starting point of the parade. There's a whole host of problems. So I think I need to go back to the studio and sort of rethink my approach, figure out if this whole sheet of ice thing is even gonna work, and then go from there. Just to be on the safe side, I remeasured the skateboard, and while it looks like I'm not gonna need as much material as I was thinking,
This whole thing is just proving to be way more frustrating than I was anticipating. But I think at this point what I'm gonna do is I'm probably just gonna ride the Jackrabbit. It's not ideal because it doesn't really make any sense with the theme of Buddy the Elf, but I'm trying really hard not to get caught up on the mode of transportation for Buddy. I have much bigger problems to figure out, like how the heck am I going to sneak into this parade?
just to be sure I was looking at this from every angle, I asked some friends to come by and give me their thoughts. After measuring the skateboard, looking into larger vehicles for transport, and having a discussion about safety, they agreed the best idea was to scratch the skateboard and just ride the Jackrabbit. To the uninitiated, the Jackrabbit is an electric BMX bike. 20 miles per hour, 20-ish mile range. I've actually made 2 other videos about the Jackrabbit, like the time I rode it 70 miles round trip, all for a cup of coffee. Anyways, the Jackrabbit seems like the most logical option. I feel like in order for this to be a memorable experience for me and everyone at the parade, I probably need to throw something out like you tend to do at parades. And this got me thinking, well, what would Buddy the Elf throw out? How about 200 individual packets of breakfast syrup? I don't know, it seems, yeah, this is one of the sillier ideas, but, and also 200 packs may have been a bit overkill. Let me show you my idea really quick. So the plan is to use this Adam Savage bucket bag, I think is what it's called, and just, yeah, let's just stick them all down there. Kind of like Santa's, you know, sack of toys, but instead it's Buddy's sack of syrup. Sounds inappropriate. Oh God, it's kind of heavy. I don't know. I don't know that I really want to. Maybe if I, hang on, give it a little slack. Oh yeah, much better, like a mailman. And then I just kind of pull it over and I, hey, oh, have some syrup. Here you go. Good morning. It's exactly one day before the parade. I have quite a few things that I need to iron out today. I need to finally get my hands on the parade route. I sent a text to a friend of mine who has some connections and I haven't heard back. So I'm just gonna have to do some digging myself, but that is extremely important. I need to figure out where the parade actually starts, where I'm going to jump in. Yeah, among other things. Today's gonna be a busy one. Research like this is always the hardest part, namely because information like the parade route isn't made public specifically so people can't do what I'm trying to do. I mean, it's not like they're gonna post it on their website. That was easier than expected. Golly, I wasted so much time waiting on a text back. And they literally just have it posted on their website. So the green lines are the parade route. It looks like it starts about right here in downtown West Monroe, goes that way, and then, wait, hang on, down, and then. Hi there, future editing Jared here. I'm really curious to know if you caught this, because I'm editing right now, and I'm just realizing something. 2023 Kiwanis Christmas Parade. A little bit of foreshadowing there. That's an important detail, or at least it will be in a minute when I start struggling to find the beginning of the parade route. Into downtown Monroe, and then it comes along through Monroe, and then it comes back over the bridge, back into West Monroe, and then back to the starting line. Also, to my understanding, this line, this blue line right here, that's the parade staging area. No, it's not. That's the golden. No, it's not. Where we gotta be. Don't go there. Try to figure out how to get into the parade without anybody noticing. Simple. What could go wrong? So many things. I can literally think of dozens of things that will go wrong. Funny enough, the costume was delivered to the studio while I was filming this scene. And for whatever reason, I didn't think to try it on. And boy, howdy, was I in for a surprise come parade time. I have ridden the Jackrabbit along this exact route countless times, but it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to just go out, get a lay of the land,
make sure there's no obstructions, because something like that would bring this whole idea to a screeching halt. Assuming I can even get into the parade. I don't want to actually go through all the work to get into the parade only to get into it and then something along the road obstruct me from being able to ride the Jackrabbit. So I think that would be a good idea. Just go get a lay of the land.
Yeah, nice and cold. This is the part that makes me the most nervous, is this graded bridge. Oh God, it just occurred to me, I'm probably gonna freeze to death. Good Lord. Wait for it. That never gets old. Hindsight's 2020. Probably should have worn gloves for this little ride. All in all, it looks like the parade route's maybe a little under a mile. It's not too bad. I am really thinking about the gloves thing, though. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, a quick lesson on the importance of trying clothes on first.
It's a little small. Hindsight's 2020. Probably should have checked that sooner. Also, get a load of these tights. I mean, emphasis on tight. I mean, I get it. They're supposed to be tights. That's what he wore in the movie, but also, that's not the only problem. Next problem is the hat. The hat is definitely, it's too small. I don't exactly know how I'm gonna wear it. And these are the shoes. Can you see this? Look, they're not even shoes, they're more like shoe covers, which maybe that's how you're supposed to wear them, is like shoe covers. I don't know, I hadn't thought about it very much, but they're not great. So, yeah, now what? So I think everything's pretty much done and ready to go. I just gotta finish getting changed, but I've got like 30 minutes until I have to leave and then try to figure out where to go. Like, I still don't know where's the best place to sneak in or even how I'm going to get into this parade without anybody stopping me. But before I leave, I wanted to take just a second to express some gratitudes. Number one, gratitude to you for watching these videos and going along with these harebrained schemed ideas. This is kind of a silly one, but I love making videos like this because it makes me laugh and I know that it makes you laugh, and I love seeing your guys' comments. And when you guys subscribe to the channel, it lets me know that you're here to see more of the types of videos that I make. Thank you so much for that from the bottom of my heart. It means so much more than you know. And secondly, I want to show some gratitude to the companies that sponsor videos here on my channel, that make these videos possible. Companies like the sponsor of today's video, which is Artlist. You may or may not realize this, but I change up the songs that I use in these videos like a dozen times. Like, the song changes very frequently. It's just one of the ways that I help sort of change the scene and set up the next scene and sort of continue the story moving forward. And that's all made possible because of Artlist and their massive library of music and sound effects and stock footage and so many other things. Over 30,000 songs and over 70,000 sound effects, yet somehow it is insanely easy to find exactly what I'm looking for on like the first or second try. Still, even after well over a year of using Artlist. Not to mention so many other awesome features like their AI voiceover and their stock footage and their newly released LUTs package. It truly is a one-stop shop for anybody who makes videos for any reason. They're a subscription-based company with packages catered to literally every type of creator. So whether you're big, whether you're small, whether you're making vlogs on YouTube, or maybe you're making corporate videos for massive, huge companies, they have a package that fits your needs. So you're never paying for stuff that you don't need, and you're never paying a ton of money and not getting access to everything. everything that you need. So if you're a regular viewer of this channel, you know that if you click the link down in the description of this video, you get 2 months completely free of any annual subscription, but they're doing their one and only sale of the year right now. It's a holiday sale, and it's an additional 10% off of their Artlist Max package. Artlist Max gives you access to everything on their platform. It's the package that I use, and I cannot recommend it enough. So click the link down in the description of this video. Not only are you getting access to all the discounts I just mentioned, but you're also helping to support this channel. And again, that's one of the main ways that I get to make these types of videos. So again, thank you so much to Artlist for sponsoring this video and sponsoring this channel. And thank you to you for watching these videos and enjoying them and subscribing and commenting and sharing them and all that amazing stuff. Okay, I've been filming for 10 minutes and 47 seconds, which means I have a little less than 20 minutes. Let's go crash a parade. I think one of the funniest things about this whole idea is that I literally could not look any less like Buddy the Elf. I mean, outfit is on point, a little small, but on point. I shaved, and I couldn't look any less like him. And the poor people at the parade, they're gonna be like, who hired this like schmuck? This guy who's like a little too short, a little too heavy, a little too ugly. It's just, the whole thing's just extremely silly. I think most people would assume that at this point I'm just brimming with excitement, but truthfully, all I'm thinking about is escape routes. If someone confronts me, my #1 goal is to remain in the parade. But if sweet talking doesn't work, I need a fast and effective exit. These people are looking at me like, that guy doesn't look anything like Buddy. That's true, too. I tend to be an overthinker. So in this moment, as I'm pulling away from the car, all I can think is, this is it. Don't screw up. All this work, it would really suck if you screwed it up now. But I just tried to push those thoughts out of my head and focus on finding the parade as quickly as possible. The longer I'm out here just wandering around, the more opportunity there is for an event official to find me, start asking me questions, and this whole thing could be over before it's even started. Some kid just got super excited to see me. Don't worry, buddy, I'm excited too. Okay, you remember earlier when I was saying I was looking at the wrong map? Believe it or not, it still hasn't occurred to me just yet. Even though I'm riding all up and down where the parade is supposed to be, but I don't see any parade floats. There's no shortage of police officers and event coordinators, both of which I'm trying to avoid. So every time I see one of those, I just turn around and ride in the opposite direction. And then I remembered I have a friend whose company is in this parade. So I grab my phone and call him. Again, I'm trying to act quickly here before someone official sees me and starts asking questions.
All the way at the end of the parade.
Timco, what's that close to?
And before I knew it,
Hey, Santa! Excuse me, Grinch. Can I get past you, Grinch? Thanks, bud. Hey, how you doing? How are you, dude? Great to see you.
And just like that, all the nervousness was gone. Not only am I around people I'm familiar with, but one of my good friends who actually helped me plan this idea is on the float in front of me.
You're doing it! I'm doing it! Be quiet, don't tell anybody.
At this point, it's definitely feeling like best case scenario.
So far, so good. Everybody's being super nice and super chill. I'm acting like I'm alone. You want to take a picture? Yeah, come on, buddy. Hey, what's up?
Everything's going great. Everybody's loving the outfit. And then they showed up.
See, after this morning,
so nervous.
she just went ahead and said, I need my time.
In this moment, my heart is racing so fast, and it's starting to occur to me that this may actually get stopped before it gets started.
Are they talking about me? I can't tell. I cannot tell.
I'm nervous talking. Meanwhile, Derek is playing interference, standing between me and them in an attempt to help normalize the situation.
I'm so nervous right now.
It's all right.
It's not. I am so.
I'm like standing right here.
He's standing so close to you.
I'm trying to watch him in these headlights.
And they are for sure looking at their clipboard.
They are definitely looking at their clipboards. At one point, one of them says, I don't know, I don't see it on here.
I'm so nervous. Please do not bring, like, this is like a week's worth of like planning and preparation. Please don't bring this to a screeching halt. I'm begging you.
And just as mysteriously as they showed up, they wandered off.
Oh my God, that was so close. That scared me so bad.
And in that moment, I started to think, this may actually work. For some reason, the parade started 40 minutes late, which gave me just enough time to have a couple more close encounters with that one parade official. But eventually, my patience paid off and we finally started moving.
Oh, we're moving. We're moving. Oh my gosh, we're finally moving.
At first, I was starting to think that someone did a bad job of promoting this parade.
Okay, ready? Ready?
Because it didn't really seem like anybody turned out.
Hey! You didn't catch it!
Then we rolled into downtown.
Yeah! Here you go. I almost threw you my car key!
I can't stress enough, this was absolute chaos. People were screaming my name like I was the Beatles. It was extremely high energy, but everybody was having such a good time. I even slowed down to give syrup to the local police department. Things were honestly going great. And then we stopped. And we stayed stopped. And then we stayed stopped a little longer. And then we got word.
We've been stopped for like 15 minutes now, and somebody just told me that apparently somebody got run over behind us a little ways.
Now, don't get me wrong, it is extremely unfortunate that somebody got hurt at the parade. But the real travesty is that the entire parade was put on hold for another 40 minutes. And when we finally started moving again, the sun was starting to set and it was getting much colder.
Dude, it really did. I don't think we were supposed to be stopped that long.
But as we transitioned from West Monroe to Monroe, it started to occur to me that I now have a new police department to deal with. At this point, the West Monroe Police Department is acclimated to me. I don't have any idea if the Monroe Police Department is paying closer attention to who is and isn't supposed to be in the parade. The best thing I can do at this point is just to act natural and have fun. So, here goes nothing.
I'm not supposed to be here. I snuck into the parade.
I'm so thirsty.
So awesome. I'm not supposed to be here. I snuck it. Why?
And that, my friends, is the time that I snuck into a parade as Buddy the Elf and didn't get kicked out. Happy holidays, everybody.
Woo!